Hi, my name is Emma.
Hi, my name is Taylor.
Hi, my name is Jamie Lee.
Hi, my name is Hadley Grooms.
Hi, my name is Bethany.
Hi, my name is Brooke.
Hi, my name is Natalie.
My name is Victoria.
My name is Mara.
My name is Kim.
Hi, my name is Mo.
Hi, my name is Carrie.
Hi, my name is Kaylee Perkinson.
Hi, my name is Eli.
Hi, my name is Samantha.
Hi, my name is Anna Jean.
Hi, my name is Sam.
Hi, my name is Kimberly.
And I have Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome type 3.
I have EDS type hypermobility.
And I have Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome type 3.
And I have Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome hypermobile type.
I have EDS type 3.
And I have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome.
I have EDS type 3.
And I have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome.
And I have Ehlers-Danlos type 3.
I have hEDS.
And I have Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome hypermobility type.
I have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome.
I have hEDS.
I have classical and hypermobile types of EDS.
I have EDS.
I have hypermobile type Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome.
I have EDS type 3.
Because of EDS, I have at least 15 dislocations every day, if not more.
Because of EDS, I've had more surgeries than I can count. Because of EDS, I have multiple dislocations every day.
Because of EDS, I have dozens of dislocations every day.
Because of EDS, I'm a full-time wheelchair user.
Because of EDS, I can have up to 20 dislocations a day.
Because of EDS, I was pretty much bedridden for 8 months.
Because of EDS, I have up to 10 dislocations every single day.
Because of EDS, I have multiple braces that keep me together.
Because of EDS, I have multiple dislocations every day.
Because of EDS, I'm a wheelchair user.
Because of my EDS, I use a wheelchair about half the time. On my good days, I can get away with not using anything or using the cane, but on my days where I'm going to be doing more walking, I have to use my wheelchair.
Because of EDS, I have broken a bone every single year from the time I was 5 to 15.
Because of EDS, I have between 5 and 15 joint dislocations every day.
Because of EDS, I am fed via feeding tube.
Because of EDS, I have a portacath implant inside my chest.
Because of EDS, I have dislocations every day.
Because of EDS, I have been in hospital for the past 4 months trying to learn how to walk again because my lower body went into paralysis.
Because of EDS, I'm a wheelchair and walker user.
Because of EDS, I have chronic pain in my joints, leading me to be in a wheelchair for most of my outings.
Because of EDS, I'm a wheelchair user.
Because of Ehlers-Danlos, I have to wear this thumb brace because my thumb sits in a dislocated position.
Because of EDS, I've had 5 major brain and spine surgeries.
Because of EDS, I cannot drive.
Because of EDS, I have a central line.
Because of EDS, I use crutches whenever I leave my house.
Because of EDS, I am a part-time wheelchair user.
Because of EDS, sometimes I have to use a wheelchair when I'm doing too much physical activity.
Because of EDS, I have to keep multiple braces, ACE bandages, canes, a wheelchair, crutches, all easily accessible in case of a dislocation.
Because of EDS, I have dislocations every day.
Because of EDS, I am fed via a feeding tube.
Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome is a genetic connective tissue disorder. There are 13 different types of EDS, all of which are caused by a different gene mutation.
This gene mutation affects the body's connective tissue.
Connective tissue lies between other tissues and organs throughout the body, connecting them together.
Holding everything in place and providing support.
Just like mortar and bricks.
Gene mutation causes a certain kind of connective tissue, usually a form of collagen, to be fragile and stretchy, which is often seen in the skin.
The ligaments, which causes joints to hyperextend. This is known as hypermobility.
And as collagen is found throughout the whole body, also in our organs, it can affect how they work.
Causing other illnesses known as comorbidities. The comorbidities of EDS include
a range of digestive issues, such as hernias, which are caused by the structure of the gut.
Delayed gastric emptying, otherwise known as gastroparesis, is a common comorbidity of EDS.
Gastroparesis causes a delay in the emptying of stomach contents into the small bowel.
It can cause an array of symptoms including
pain,
nausea,
vomiting,
bloating, and fullness after small amounts of food.
The intestines and colon can also be affected by delayed gastric emptying, constipation, and pain being the main symptoms of these.
EDS can cause a variety of cardiovascular problems, from the risk of arterial rupture
to progressive problems of the aortic and mitral valves.
Dilation of the aortic root, and POTS being one of the most commonly linked conditions.
POTS is a malfunction of the autonomic nervous system, which causes an abnormal increase in heart rate after sitting or standing.
This can cause dizziness, fainting,
heart palpitations, and chest pain, among other symptoms.
EDS can cause various bladder problems, which can be due to the difference in our anatomy of our urinary tract and pelvis.
Dysfunction of the involuntary part of the nervous system, which also controls the bladder. This could be a consequence of inflammation or valve problems, which can also affect bladder function.
Mast cell activation syndrome is another comorbidity of EDS.
Mast cell activation syndrome is the malfunction of a part of the immune system in which a type of immune cell called mast cells release an excess of inflammatory chemicals such as histamine,
which causes allergy-like symptoms throughout the body. Symptoms of mast cell activation syndrome include
hives, swelling,
low blood pressure, and tachycardia,
shortness of breath, and gastrointestinal symptoms, among many others.
Chronic fatigue is a symptom of EDS, chronic pain, sleep disorders, and muscle deconditioning.
And nutritional deficiencies can all contribute to the fatigue and EDS, and unfortunately there's nothing that can alleviate it.
People who suffer with a more severe form of chronic fatigue, known as ME, will often find themselves bedbound for days,
sometimes weeks, just from small trips out and simple everyday tasks.
Many neurological and spinal problems are common in EDS, with migraines, early disc degeneration,
Chiari malformation, craniocervical instability, and motor delay being just some of them.
Scoliosis, a curvature of the spine seen mostly in young female EDS sufferers,
causing back pain, and depending on the severity of the curve, can cause difficulty breathing.
Anxiety disorders and depression are commonly seen in people with EDS. Living with these debilitating symptoms and the effects of them can have a drastic effect on the mental health of many of the people living with the condition, including me.
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 Along with comorbidities, there's also an extensive list of symptoms of EDS. These include
chronic pain,
joint dislocations and subluxations as a result of hypermobility,
causing loose and unstable joints,
fragile skin that bruises and splits easily.
Many EDS sufferers obtain stretch marks at a young age and find that wounds are slow healing and leave behind abnormal scars when they eventually do heal.
If I itch my skin a little bit too much, it will rip like tissue paper. I get cuts and scratches from the simplest of things. If I drop something against me, it will probably bruise. A variety of gastrointestinal symptoms, including heartburn and acid reflux,
nausea, abdominal pain, constipation, and diarrhea, being the most common gastrointestinal symptoms to occur.
Various types of EDS can affect the teeth, gums, and oral structures.
And hypermobility can cause dislocations of the jaw joint, resulting in facial pain.
Now you've heard of just some of the complications of living with EDS.
Imagine living with those symptoms 24 hours a day.
7 days a week.
Forever.
And even though the same type of EDS will commonly run through the same family, their symptoms and severity will vary considerably from person to person.
These symptoms affect our daily lives in so many ways.
My EDS symptoms definitely affect my daily life. I used to be very active. I used to be a athlete and a dancer, and I just led a very active life, and now that not so much. So I am only allotted a certain amount of energy in a day, and doing something as little as getting out of bed and even just like brushing your teeth can just use up like half of the energy for the whole day. So definitely I think how EDS affects my life the most on a daily basis would be just my energy levels. I start out my days way lower than I used to, or how someone who is healthy starts their days.
EDS affects my daily life in many ways. For example, I faint every day, and when I faint, my joints dislocate.
How do my symptoms affect my everyday life? I'm exhausted. I'm in pain.
Things like writing and drawing cause my finger joints to dislocate. I often dislocate my shoulders and ribs in my sleep. Sneezing and coughing makes my ribs dislocate.
When it comes to joint dislocations, I mean, when you have EDS, you can sneeze wrong and your rib can dislocate. For me personally, using stairs a lot causes some dislocations in my knees. I have to limit myself to like 1 flight a day if I can. If I'm writing a lot, I can get dislocations in my knuckles. When it comes to my hips, which are my worst joint, I can do something as simple as just rotating in a seat, and it can cause my hip to sublux or dislocate. So yeah, it doesn't take much.
Things that cause my joints to dislocate can be as simple as putting on a seatbelt can cause my shoulder to go, or going over a bump in the car, my hip can dislocate.
What causes my joint dislocations? Sleeping. Other things, yes, but sleeping causes my dislocations the most. If I roll over too hard, if I just sleep in the wrong position, my ribs will pop out.
My shoulders dislocate whenever I reach for something, and my hips dislocate whenever I've been walking for too long, and that happens probably every day.
EDS has no cure and very few treatments.
It is listed as a rare illness, and because of its rarity and poor understanding, most doctors have never heard of this illness.
And very few understand.
Every single one of my joints are affected by EDS. My neck is always kind of shifted out of place. My back's always shifting around and I have scoliosis. My hips dislocate on a regular basis, along with shoulders, elbows, wrists, hips, knees, ankles, you name it.
The body part that is most affected for me with my Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome is my spine, although other parts of my body gives me problems in my joints, such as my ribs, my hips, and my SI joints.
The joints that are most affected for me would be my hips, my shoulders, my elbows, my knees, my ankles, and I think that's it.
My most common symptoms right now are me getting heat rashes all over my neck and chest, and I also have Raynaud's syndrome, which means that my fingers turn purple whenever it gets cold because no oxygenated blood flows through my capillaries.
EDS has taken just about everything from me. My mobility, my ability to do sports and dance, my ability to go out with friends whenever I want to, my ability to work, to continue in education, my ability to shower and wash my own hair. The most simple things you wouldn't even think about.
Something EDS has taken from me is the freedom to be spontaneous. Everything I do requires planning and a recovery period after.
Something EDS has taken away from me is my freedom. I can't live by myself. I can drive most of the time. And when I do leave the house, sometimes I need to be pushed in a wheelchair, which involves someone else coming with me.
EDS has taken so much from me. Big thing was like my education. It's taken me a lot longer to do my A-levels than I planned, and I'm usually really academic and I like to study, and I haven't been able to do that.
Something EDS has taken from me is my ability to work as a midwife.
Something EDS has taken from me would definitely be my spontaneity and freedom to kind of just go do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it. So a lot of times if I'm having kind of a higher pain day or a bad joint day, I really can't do anything on my own. I have to have someone with me to help me out with my wheelchair and just to help me just get from point A to point B. Another thing EDS has definitely taken from me is my ability to work. I have been unemployed since October, and not being able to work has been really hard.
Something that EDS has taken from me is my teenage years, something I will never be able to experience again.
What has EDS taken from me? All of my independence, my dreams, and the future that I had wished for.
Something EDS took from me was my ability to play sports. I used to do gymnastics and I was a really sporty kid, but that kind of stopped when I was diagnosed.
Something that EDS has taken from me is my independence.
What has EDS taken from me? About 2 years of my life while I was essentially on bed rest. I lost friendships. I had no romantic relationships, no love life. It took 2 years of my life that I will never get back.
But But EDS has given me some of the most incredible friends that understand me on a level that nobody else can.
EDS has given me community. I've made so many friends through disability community, and I have a cause to fight for now.
Something EDS has given me, though, is community. There's a vibrant world of zebras out there, and we're all supporting each other. We're all in this together.
But something EDS has given to me is my incredible network of zebras and all my other spoonies that I know that are going through the same battle that I am. And it's people that they're just a call, a message, a text away, even if we're thousands of miles away. I've made so many incredible friends since getting my diagnosis, and I never would have thought that something that can be such a negative could end up being a positive.
Something EDS has given me is a newfound appreciation for life and living despite it all.
Something EDS has given me is the ability to be grateful for the smallest of things.
The best thing that EDS has given me is my friends. I am at a point in my life where I am the sickest, but I have the most amazing group of friends around me, and they're so supportive and I love them so much. And if I didn't get sick, then I wouldn't have met them. So that is, I guess, the good part has come out of my illness.
One thing that EDS has given me is something very special, and that's all my zebra friends.
If there's one thing EDS has given me, it's an amazing community and a group of wonderful friends who really do care about me and who are very understanding about my disability and how I live my daily life.
What has EDS given me? Strength. A sense of appreciation for the good days, a love of life, an unbreakable spirit. That is what EDS has given me.
I wish people understood how complex EDS is, and actually how much it really does affect our daily lives. That we can't control this, we didn't ask for this, and we certainly don't want it, but we try our best every single day, and sometimes we just need a little bit of support.
One thing I wish people understood about EDS is that it's something I'm gonna have to live with forever. It's genetic, there's treatment, but it can't be cured.
Something I wish people understood about EDS is that it affects every single part of our bodies, and our pain is very real.
The one thing I wish people understood about EDS is that it does not just affect your joint. I feel like I could deal if it was just dislocations and pain, but it's all of my internal organs that it affects, like my bladder and my stomach and having POTS and stuff like that. Like, that is the worst part.
Something I wish people understood about EDS is that my pain is constant and it will last my entire life. They just don't seem to understand that.
If there was one thing I wish people understood about EDS is I wish people understood the concept of invisible illnesses and that not every illness is visible. You do not know how I feel based on how I look on the outside.
Something I wish people understood about EDS is that it's painful and there's not many treatments out there to help us.
Something that I really wish people understood about EDS is it's not curable. We will not get better, but we really try hard to make it through every day in the best way possible.
Something I wish that people understood about EDS is that just because I look normal doesn't mean that I'm not in pain.
Something I wish people understood about EDS is it's not just stretchy skin and being double jointed. It's countless painful and debilitating symptoms that I and everyone who has EDS will have to suffer with for the rest of their lives.
I wish that people understood about EDS that we suffer in silently.
If I could get rid of one EDS symptom, it would be the dislocations. The dislocations cause a lot of pain and they go hand in hand. My rib dislocations would probably be the worst. Last year I managed to dislocate every single rib. It resulted in me going to various different hospitals because they didn't know what to do. And the dislocations were actually pressing against my lungs, which meant the oxygen couldn't get around like it needed to, resulting in me getting a lung infection and being really poorly.
If I could get rid of one symptom from EDS, it would definitely be the dislocations.
If I could get rid of one symptom, it would probably be nausea or fatigue, because those really hold me back, really hold me back from doing what I want to do.
If I could get rid of one EDS symptom, I would get rid of the pain that comes along with it.
Could get rid of one symptom that EDS causes, it would probably be the nausea from my gastroparesis or my neck pain.
Thank you so much for watching. Please share and help us raise awareness for Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome.